Everybody, I'm Shelly, and I have a face mask on right now because today is a special video day. This is something I've never done before. Not the whole like face mask starting off stuff. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I recently got my Boxycharm Boxy Base and Boxy Premium for the month of October. This should have probably gone up on Friday, maybe yesterday. So if all goes well, this will be going up on Saturday. And you guys, the first thing I decided to do after I realized I had pretty much an entire face full of stuff is I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do a video full of first impressions. All of these are products that I've never used before. And the very first thing that I did was this Frank Body Glow Mask. It's caffeinated, so it's supposed to help with kind of fill in maybe some wrinkles and depuff a little bit. So I've had it on for a couple minutes. I think they said you could have it on for like 5 minutes. I probably haven't had it on a full 5 minutes, so I'm just kind of massaging it a little bit into my skin. It does feel good though. I mean, it's a super thick, but yet I still feel like I can kind of massage it into my skin. So I don't know, maybe this is one that you can sleep in. I don't think it says anything. It says it's a perfect pre-makeup, late night and morning afters, natural, cruelty-free, and takes only 5 minutes to work. Okay, the next thing that I had gotten is this Go-To Skin Exfoliating Swipeys. I thought maybe after putting on that mask, I would do this to kind of help remove any extra product. And even though it's an exfoliating wipe, hopefully that some of that caffeine is already penetrated. The makeup that I had on earlier, which is the makeup that I had on Friday, I didn't sleep with it. It was just, I'm just filming back to back. So the makeup that I had on earlier, I used a little micellar water to remove it. This is kind of, I mean, I'm seeing that this little swipey thing is actually picked up. I don't know if it'll actually show you guys on camera. My camera's not really, I mean, it's auto focusing, but it's not auto adjusting the light. I mean, I feel like it cleared off my skin more than the micellar water did, which is actually, that's pretty cool. We're gonna do the serum. This is the Farsali. Serum helps replenish moisture with a unique complex of low and high molecular weight hyaluronic acid. So I guess this is one of those that some of it will go deep in the skin, some of it goes just kind of in different layers. I'm gonna basically put 2 droppers worth. I don't know if that's too much. It might be too much. I think 1 probably would be enough. Alpha hydroxys and stuff back in. My skin's a little tacky right now. Again, I probably could have gotten away with using just 1 of those. Might have been plenty, but I like this and I like the Farsali product, so I'm excited to add this to my kind of collection. The next thing on here was a moisturizer. Do you guys do your serums first or your moisturizers first? I think it just depends on what I've got going on. We're gonna do the moisturizer next. This is the Grown Alchemist Moisturizer. Yeah, so this is a matte balancing moisturizer with a Cyberry and Borrego. MSRP on this is $69. What I would think would be a normal amount, without hopefully going too overboard. Moisturizer. Wondering if I shouldn't have put the moisturizer on first and then the serum afterwards, but you know, this is all kind of, I mean, aside from maybe I wouldn't have done the exfoliating wipes first thing in the morning, I usually do those kind of after I cleanse my face at night before I put on moisturizers and things like that. As far as like a daytime thing, I would absolutely use a serum. I mean, I might start my day off with a mask. I would use a serum. I would use this moisturizer. This feels pretty good, actually. My skin doesn't feel parched at all, and I don't know if that's a combination of the serum and the moisturizer. I'll be curious to see if it ends up pilling at all. I don't know how it's gonna layer. Okay, next thing in here is a primer. This is from Clarins Instant Smooth Line Smoothing Perfecting Touch. I kind of want to use that like underneath my eyes a little bit too. Pretty. I like the Clarins packaging. It always looks nice. It's like a glass or really heavy plastic. They do give you a little kind of spatula to help scoop out the product so you're not digging your fingers in there. But I'm just gonna take a little bit and we're just gonna kind of press it in. It says line smoothing, so I kind of want to like let it smooth over a little bit. Some primers you really have to kind of let sit on there for a little while. All right, let's check out how my skin looks aside from the discoloration. I do feel like I have a little bit of pilling going on. Oh yeah, I've got a lot of pilling going on. So I probably used too much of that. Too much of the primer maybe. Okay, I'm just gonna take a damp beauty blender and just kind of either take up any excess, kind of push it into my skin a little bit. Here's my thought. I kind of wish either they would have said, hey, don't use very much, or make sure that the products all can be used together. I don't know, are other people doing this? You guys watch other YouTube channels, and I have been busy, so I haven't watched as many of these as I probably should have. So tell me, are other YouTubers actually trying on all these products like I'm doing, or am I crazy for trying all these? unknown products all at the same time. Again, the Clarins products, I've used Clarins before and have actually liked them, but I haven't used them in a long time. It's been a number of years. You know, all the products that I got so far, all the skincare, I like. We're gonna put on some makeup now. So the next thing is this Kosas Fair Light with neutral undertones. It's 3.5. Makeup meets skincare. Tinted face oil. I guess on days that you don't need a lot of coverage, you can do a tinted face oil. I don't know how to apply this here. So I'm just gonna put some on my finger. It's very liquidy. I'm feeling like a little goes a long way, but maybe it's just because it's so thin. I'd be curious how the coverage is and whether or not I need any additional concealer. So you know what, because this is a tinted face oil, I'm just gonna use my fingers. Boy, I feel like serums and moisturizers and oils, like this might be a bad chemical. Are they gonna work together or not? Especially knowing I've already had some pilling going on with layering the other products. I feel slightly washed out in the camera right now, and I probably used more than I needed to. And because I still feel a little bit of pilling on my hands, I'm actually gonna use my beauty blender here too. The foundation serums, foundation oils are, I feel like they're just more skincare than they are makeup. I feel a little bit like one of the Addams family members right now. As far as kind of going underneath makeup, I feel like going underneath makeup is okay. Yeah, I've got a Born This Way concealer. I'm gonna conceal a little bit. And again, we're still layering on products, right? So this might not be the best idea, but we're gonna try. Looking a little crazy right now, I feel like. I need to put some more warmth in here. I'm not gonna put another foundation on over the top. Let's try this, what is this, Pretty Vulgar Nesting Bitch Face. We do have some contouring, we've got some highlighters, we've got some blushes. We don't know anything about it. We're gonna go ahead and give it a try. I'm gonna use, boy, I know it's the deepest color in here, but I think that looks like it's the most coolest tone. So easier to build up than take away. So I'm just gonna try a little bit in here. Okay, it does feel like a warmer bronze, but we're gonna use it to contour anyway. And hopefully by the time I get the rest of my makeup on, I won't look so crazy washed out here. So this stuff is pretty pigmented and I don't mind that at all. Okay, as far as a contoury situation goes, it's perfectly fine. I'm gonna take this kind of, it's almost like a rosewood or a dusty rose color. What is it called? Hush Blush. I'm gonna take a little bit of that. We're gonna try to, you know what? I've heard good things about the Pretty Vulgar line. I've used their mascara before and actually liked it. But I've heard good things about the foundation and stuff, but I've never actually tried it. I think you can get it at Sephora. Blush is pretty. And it does seem to be buildable and pretty well pigmented. So this is kind of one of those things where I feel like if you're an over abuser of blush like I am, you might want to be careful you don't go too heavy-handed with it. So far, so good. Okay, you guys, I really use, man, I wouldn't normally, but I'm going to use this bright rose gold highlighter called Mirror Mirror, and I'm going to take it at the top of my blush because I want to see what that does to it. It gives a little bit of a sheen. I try to keep it down like below my crinkles, and it is really pigmented, so I feel like it's, you know, if you're doing that kind of like Natasha Denona super glowy look, then that might be a good one too. I'm going to take the lighter one in here, which is called Glimmer of Bee, I think. Yeah, that's a pretty highlighter too. It's less pigmented and I think works more as a highlighter. So I liked that face palette actually. This is one I will absolutely reach for again. It seems very nice. It worked well with my skin tone. I don't feel like I, you know, even though I felt like I could go overboard, I don't feel like I did go overboard. And it'll all look so much better once I get some eyeshadow on. So we're gonna keep going here. Okay, I did get 2 lip liners and I think they're supposed to be pretty pigmented. One of them is kind of a nude shade. One of them is more of a raspberry shade. We're gonna go with a raspberry. I would not normally do this, but we're gonna go bold. So I'm gonna line my lips and fill them in and I'll be right back. I normally don't wear a super bold dark lip. And the reason why is I feel like it can get a little harsh on ladies of a certain age. Just my opinion. But also I think that it can kind of make that top lip who I've never had fillers. I'm probably not going to ever get fillers, but I'm losing some of that volume in my lips anyway. I'm not somebody who normally overlines my lips, but I can tell you as far as the quality goes, pretty moisturizing to put on. This is fine. Okay, how much were these? These were $16, I think. Yeah, Ace Beauty, Ace Butte Drawed Up Lip Liner Duo, $16 for 2 of those. I'm probably totally fine with that. Oh, the Pretty Vulgar palette, how much was that? $32. Yeah, you know, I mean, I think it kind of goes along with the whole like cheek leaders type thing, so I'm not upset by that at all. We're gonna leave this lip liner alone for right now. This eyeshadow palette is giving me a little bit of stress here because there's a lot of shades in here that I would not normally use. I'm gonna try this shade right here called Baby Girl. I'm not mixing it with anything else. Okay, you know what? This might actually be a really good work from home slash you're wearing your glasses, or you know, you're going to work, but maybe not with the red lip, but the going to work and you don't want to do a huge crazy amount of pigment. I feel like you might get a little bit more opacity and saturation from it if you were to do a pretty good primer. A little bit of patchiness, but again, that could be because I'm not using a primer today. So I feel like that shade looks darker in the pan than I thought it was going to be. As far as, you know, like a really simple neutral shade, I'm okay with that. And I'm going to go into Rose, which is right here. We'll see how pigmented this is. And the answer is that it's very pigmented. I'm gonna take that same brush that I used with Baby Girl, and I don't have any more product on it, but I am gonna kind of buff out that top edge a little bit. This feels a little crazy to me right now. It took a long time to kind of get any kind of blend, and I still feel like they're super patchy. So I'm gonna try to salvage it by going over this color right here, which is called June 1st. It's a shimmer, but we're gonna put it out here. I think my gross misjudgment on this was not using a primer. We're gonna use that same color in here, because again, I kind of want to halo it just a little bit. Between not normally doing any kind of halo effect sort of look and really not ever doing a bright red lip, I'm feeling like this is not the right combination. I'm gonna take this gold right here, which is called Rich, right on the center. And so I've got it on one finger, and then I'm just kind of blending it with another clean finger right next to it. This is probably one of my favorite colors now on here. So you guys, I'm not gonna use every shade in this palette, but I have used 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4. I'll probably end up using 6. That gold I think helped a little bit. I'm gonna use the shade called Trust, but I do have like a pencil brush here, so I'm gonna take Trust, which kind of looks like it's like a matte mahogany. I'm just gonna use that to kind of smoke out a little bit here, top and bottom. I'm struggling to get a good blend. And yes, I'm not a professional makeup artist, so I mean, things don't naturally just come easy, but one of the questions I try to answer on this channel is, if it's not gonna work out of the package for someone who's not a makeup artist, they're calling this a $48 palette, and if it's not gonna perform well, is it even worth $8, I guess? I mean, that's just kind of I'm still trying to blend, you guys. I've got a patchy section. All right, I'm gonna go in with Colombiana, which is the white shade in here. I'm gonna put a little of that right here. I'm gonna try the black in here called Soul. Like a bird on a tree. This is feeling a little holiday-like, I guess, with the kind of gold and burgundy. The red lip is really throwing me off. It's just too much. It's out of my comfort zone. It's not something that I would normally wear. While I feel like the formula is good, it's not me. So I was able to pull off the eyeshadow. I got a little mascara on. I just don't like the lip. I think that's what it is. But while we've got that on, we've got a lip liner already. This is the Laura Geller lip locking liquid, and we've got more red. So let's just see how this feels on here. Okay, it's almost more of a corally red, whereas I felt like that lip liner was more of a blue red. This is definitely more of a yellow orange undertone. I don't do red lips. Sorry, I gotta take this off. As soon as I took this off, the eyeshadows feel so much better now. I think it just was clashing. Let's try that other lip liner that was in here, because there was 2 of them in this package, right? This one's more of a nude color. It might be too light. Okay, you guys, that lip liner was more of a nude. The formula felt fine. So I just grabbed the Wayne Goss Amaryllis lipstick, and I do have another one of his glosses. We're gonna put a little gloss on too. Oh yeah. Funny how changing up the lip, now all of a sudden the eyeshadow doesn't bother me so much. So I guess, you know, here's the thing with the eyeshadow. Maybe not trying... quite as many at the same time as I did would be better. The face palette, I think I like. I'll put a little bit more blush on. All right, I have a little bit of kind of like a pinky monochromatic kind of look going on. Slightly warm with the gold and then the nude lip, and it's okay. The lip pencils, I'm gonna say I'll use the nude one. The red one probably isn't gonna one that I'm gonna reach for. This lip probably isn't gonna one I'm gonna reach for. Maybe a few times a year I would dip into that, but for the most part, it's not really my thing. The skincare itself, I feel like I got rid of most of the pilling. I don't have the best coverage right now because I just used that face oil, but on top of the rest of the skincare that I used, despite having a little bit of a pilling situation earlier, I think it's okay right now. The eyeshadow, I think I need to play with it a little bit more. I think it's fine. The color story is just not one that I would normally gravitate towards because I don't normally go for some of these super, super bright pastel-y kind of shades. It's so washed out when I try to zoom in on this. I mean, these look like Jordan Almonds to me. That does not look like an eyeshadow that I would use. If you're down with the pastels, man, this could be a fantastic palette for you. For me, I'm probably not gonna use hardly anything in that row. Honestly, for a palette that I would use on a daily basis, this isn't it. This is a creative, fun palette that I might dip into if I were feeling experimental. I don't feel fantastic right now, and I'm sorry, you guys, I tried. We are gonna chalk this up to, hey, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. It was fun to do something a little bit differently. Instead of trying to do like one super long video where it was 2 box unboxings and makeup application, which I have done before. Well, I got so excited when I saw a face full of skincare and face products that I thought, you know what, let's try all this stuff out. I will try this Kosas stuff, but again, because I think there's some benefit to it, especially on days that, you know, you have really good looking skin. This I will absolutely use. I'm excited to have this. Are you still on Boxy? Did you get any of these variations? I think I had 72 of my base and 12 of my Boxy Premium. So I'd be curious to see, did you guys get the same ones? Ladies of a certain age, do we fill out our beauty questionnaire the same way? So did we get, you know, gifted with the same products? I saw some really cool other unboxings. People got Dose of Colors, which I have. I think the Dose of Colors products that I would use. I think they're definitely pulling those beauty quizzes in when they send you certain things. I'm not upset by this. Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend until my next video. Bye for now.